What's up everyone? With the pre-patch out on July 17th, we've got a little under a month to go until Battle for Azeroth is released. This video is intended to cover the major, general changes to all three specs of Paladins in BFA's pre-patch 8.0.1. I'm going to try to be as concise as possible as there's quite a bit of information to cover. I've created timestamps for everything in the description below as well as links for my references, so if you'd like to skip ahead to a particular section, click the Show More below this video to find your timestamp of interest. In the pre-patch, our artifacts no longer work. Azerite armor is intended to replace the artifact system. However, in the pre-patch, we're kind of in this awkward stage of not having artifacts and not yet having Azerite powers either. My point is, this guide will get you used to the in-between time for now, the pre-patch, until BFA comes out. A quick note on legendaries, we will still be able to use them until level 115 or 116, I've been seeing conflicting reports. Some effects from the legendaries have been added as baseline spells and abilities to each class, while in some cases effects will be incorporated into Azerite powers. Holy Paladins. Overall, the biggest difference we'll face by losing our artifact is the loss of Tyr's Deliverance. The rest of our artifact abilities and traits have been incorporated into baseline stats. The following artifact traits and legendaries that have been added to Holy Paladins are the following. Templar of Light has been added into the baseline of Aura Mastery. Share the Burden has been placed into Blessing of Sacrifice. The Topless Tower legendary has morphed into the new talent Awakening. Prot, the widely used legendary necklace effect, is now an Azerite trait called Resounding Protection. The following talents and abilities have been removed for Holy Paladins. Righteousness, Beacon of the Lightbringer, and Fervent Martyr. They've been replaced with Avenging Crusader and Awakening. Aura of Sacrifice, Divine Purpose, Judgment of Light, and Holy Shock have all been moved or changed. Aura Mastery, Holy Avenger, and Avenging Wrath have all had global cooldown additions of 1.5 seconds. Many talents and spells have been changed or tweaked slightly. I'm not going to list them all, but rather refer you guys to the Wowhead page where you can review all of the changes in detail. Let's take a look at Protection Paladins now. Light of the Protector and Seraphim have been added to global cooldowns. Shield of the Righteous now increases armor, but no longer reduces magic damage or bleeds. Mastery has been changed to give damage reduction in Consecration. The Knight Templar spell has been removed for Prot Paladins. Redoubt and Unbreakable Spirit have been added. Light of the Protector, Hand of the Protector, Avenging Wrath, and Seraphim have been given global cooldowns. The main change to Prot Paladin is that our self-healing playstyle has been altered a bit. Now that Light of the Protector, Hand of the Protector are now on global cooldown, there's less room for you to be more impulsive with self-heals. Additionally, now that being in Consecration is a damage reduction for us, moving away from Consecrate can be looked at as a negative, loss of damage reduction, therefore somewhat limiting our mobility. So if you step out of Consecration, you'll lose your damage reduction buff. As for loss of legendaries and artifacts, Consecration and Flame has been added to Consecration. Heathcliff's Immortality has been incorporated into Mastery Divine Bulwark. Bulwark of Order has been reworked into Azerite trait Bulwark of Light. Artifact trait Blessed Stalwart inspired the secondary effect from the updated Avenger Shield. Prot, the widely used legendary necklace effect, is now an Azerite trait called Resounding Protection. Many spells and talents have been changed or tweaked slightly. I'm not going to list them all, but rather refer you guys to the Wowhead page where you can review all of the changes in detail. Let's take a look at Retribution Paladins now. The main change you'll notice is the removal of the damage window for Judgment. Other than that, some have noted that although your execution of spells feels a bit slower, it's still a comfortable and familiar feel if you're used to playing Ret in the past. It looks like Rets will be exceptionally good at single target damage, but have been nerfed a slight bit with AoE cleave damage as Judgment, for example, no longer hits for additional targets. The Judgment window has been removed by adding in Mastery, Hand of Light. Mastery now increases all holy damage done without being dependent on Judgment. The Judgment damage window has been replaced by a debuff on the target that increases the damage dealt by your next holy power spending ability. The debuff will be consumed by spending the ability. The old Blade of Wrath ability has been converted into Art of War. The talent Blade of Wrath increases the chance for Art of War to proc and increases your damage. Wake of Ashes has been merged into Ashes to Ashes and has become a talent with a 45-second cooldown. Shield of Vengeance now bursts for the amount of damage it absorbs. Retribution's duration has been reduced to 10 seconds. Shield of Vengeance, Crusade, and Avenging Wrath have all been changed to now trigger global cooldowns. Many spells, abilities, and talents have been changed or tweaked slightly. I'm not going to list them all, but rather refer you guys to the Wowhead page where you can review all of the changes in detail. They also suggest different talent builds that you can experiment with, so I highly recommend checking that out if you want a lot more detailed information. Let's go over some general things. War Mode is a new world PvP system that is coming with the pre-patch. It basically allows you to turn PvP on or off whether you're in Stormwind or Orgrimmar. When it's enabled, you'll be flagged for PvP, but you'll gain your PvP talents as well as a 10% experience increase. With War Mode disabled, you won't gain PvP talents or the 10% experience buff while questing in the open world, however, you can quest safely knowing that you aren't in danger of getting ganked. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll be live streaming pre-patch content regularly, so be sure to subscribe to see when I go live. I also plan to stream BFA during its launch and onwards, so be sure to stop on by and say hi. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you soon.